At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Vibra Live. Had a crazy morning this morning. Wasn't able to get what I wanted to prepared for the stream today, so it's gonna be a quick one. I want to talk about some things with Kraken and some lingo that's been floating around lately that is very interesting. So if you're not following us on Twitter, Vibra Finance, follow us, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Let's see, checking the bubbles today. All right, starting Monday off with HEX leading the way. Love it. You know, a lot has been going on in the last couple weeks, month with the SEC, with staking, with just everything. Now Binance is selling unregistered securities, which I thought we covered that in the library case, where the judge said that secondary sales of these cryptos aren't securities. So this thing is a complete mess. I'm not paying attention to the FUD. What's up, Tin Top? Appreciate you stopping in. You know, it's hilarious. You know, the stuff you see, it's all over the place. But this is one thing that Richard retweeted, the Crypto435. This is so important for us in America to reach out to our local congressional district and just let them know that DeFi is important. Crypto is important. You know, we have an awesome, loud community here in HEX. And if we each just take 10 minutes and just go to this website, I posted the link in the description of the video below. It's right there. You just fill out your name, address, email. Takes 2 minutes, and then from there you'll get the email and it'll direct you to where you want to go. But we need to make our voice heard. You know, this stuff is scary. You know, with SEC cracking down on staking, Kraken no longer can offer staking services. And the SEC had a problem with them failing to register their sale of crypto asset staking as a service program, where investors transfer crypto assets to Kraken for staking in exchange for advertised annual investment returns as much as 21%. So they got in trouble because they were giving your money to other people. If this was you directly interacting with a contract like HEX, there would be no problem. If Kraken was doing this and offered yields that were native to protocols, no problem. They were adding and giving rates that weren't acceptable to the SEC because they weren't native. So if Hedera, for example, 6.5% is the highest APY that you can get when you stake through the native delegators or validators. And same thing here. If Kraken came in and said, yeah, we're going to offer 8.5% on Hedera just to, lead the market, that's where they got in trouble. And that's why Coinbase right now still has their staking up and running, because they're not adding to the rewards. They are native to each protocol. And that's one thing that they did say throughout in a different article, that was staking itself was not the issue. And that's why, I'm not so worried about it. And Kraken, I think, as a kind of, well, that was nice of you, sue us for, staking services. We'll just come and offer a bank now. So the newest latest news is crypto exchange Kraken reportedly moving towards its idea of launching its own bank. This move by the exchange comes after it's charged by the SEC for failing to register its crypto asset staking program. So this is as per reports, Kraken's chief legal officer added that Kraken is going to order thousands of pens with little ball chains and fix them to Wall Street banks with a logo, which that would be pretty funny. But then we saw the LCX guys. They made a tweet directing right at Goldman Sachs, I believe. It was one of the funds. And sure enough, they got sued very shortly after. So when you can't take shots like that. You got to be very calculated. But I like this here, Kraken offering their bank, because Silvergate, there's a lot going on with these exchanges trying to squeeze out money getting onto them. So they're trying to choke off all the different banks that are working with these exchanges. And that's a problem. There has to be easy liquidity. And you can kind of see, I know I talked before that Kraken is going to be working with the Fed and issuing digital currencies. So whether it's the CBDCs or it's a digital dollar, whatever it is, Kraken is going to be part of that system. So I just don't see them ever going away. They want to be, they want you to deposit your money with them and it never has to leave their platform, an all in one stop shop. That's where this is going in the future. We need a one-stop shop for tokenized stocks, tokenized bonds, cryptos, all of it, tokenized metals. Right now I can't send a share of Tesla stock to, my friend. It's just not possible. We need that in the future. That option has to be there. And that's where we're headed, lumping all this stuff together, all these digital assets together. And I think this is the start right here with Kraken being a regulated bank. They'll have their Fed charter. They'll be able to issue or transact with CBDCs and the public, and then their bank will allow retail to come in. And it's a brilliant idea. And the thing is, this is all done in the United States, right? Kraken is in Wyoming, so it's not like this is a foreign entity like Binance or someone coming in here. This is American company like Coinbase, and I think they're gonna. You could see now with the Binance US stuff, they really want Binance gone. And they're going to do whatever they can. Them selling unregistered securities, that's hilarious. I don't get why Binance US is coming after this heat. If you had money on Voyager, which was just a Canadian exchange, you now have to start a Binance US account to get that money back. So I don't understand why they're doing this now. The timing is kind of convenient, right when all these people are going to be trying to get their money back through Voyager, starting accounts. It's just the whole thing it just doesn't seem logical. Why go that route? It would have been much easier if they had settled this a different way. But the government, they have the plan, and this is all set in motion, and we're just kind of here for the ride. And the whole staking versus mining thing, I'm really confused by it, because institutional staking is now live for a lot of these companies. Hedera, they have their institutional staking program done. HEX Trust, ironically, we talked about it before, is the company. And this article here talks all about it. I'll post it in the chat for anybody that wants to check it out. But it's really cool because it shows, it lays out all of the institutional staking, how it works, all of it. So if this is allowed for institutions, for companies, Google is Boeing, they're going to be able to delegate their HBAR and earn a yield on it. So if it's allowed at that level, I don't understand why we need to change it from staking to mining. I'm going to talk to some people and kind of pick their brains about it. But this right here, by launching such a program, institutions can now interact with Clearpool by participating in the network through staking C-Pool, as well as determine interest rates for the platform's liquidity pools. The team also mentions up plans to open up Oracle positions to retail audiences in the future, to provide a truly decentralized capital system. What are the main challenges of providing a staking program? I don't understand why, if staking was a problem and we need to change it, it just almost feels like we're doing something wrong, or doing something shady. So if anybody knows why, the real reason why they're changing it, or what kind of led to this change, please let me know, because I don't think staking is a problem at all. If you kind of read here, one of the biggest challenges of providing staking is to ensure the program's design cannot be manipulated by third-party actors, and that it's performed the way it's intended to. Much of the DeFi ecosystem has been designed with capital incentives in mind, sometimes leading to the failure of certain protocols or lost funds. It's important that when offering staking products, there's a balance between token utility as well as incentivization in order to create realistic and feasible outcomes for all participants. Hence, repeatedly cross-checking protocol design is important to ensure valuable participants remain as trustees of the program and derive value from participating in the decentralized economy. So they're laying out all of the issues, how they're going to solve them, where institutional interest is, where it's heading. I'm just kind of confused. Let's bit finesse. What's up, my man? Because we're being censored from growing wealth, being rich is shit. It's most censored. I agree, bro. I'm hitting the gym hard. We got summertime coming up. I need to get these guns out and flexing them, bro. I'm with you. It's just I don't understand it. So we're gonna be mining now, while institutions and the big companies are using staking and liquid staking. I've been talking about liquid staking since Saucer Swap launched on Hedera, and that was a game changer, because with my stake coins, I can trade that liquidity. I have my coins locked up earning interest, and the reward coin X sauce, I can trade that liquidity while my coins are staked. It's the next level of staking. I'm not stuck with a 5555 stake that I can't touch for 7.5 years. So it's kind of like the HSIs. You could see it's the next evolution of where staking is going. And, it's going to keep evolving as time goes on. And especially with, the one thing I was thinking was this right here, because this company, the HEX Trust, and they're doing all the institutional staking itself. I wonder if that was actually the problem, is that these guys have staking patented, or liquid, I don't know, something that they did where Richard using HEX staking kind of gets in the way. I don't know. That could be some tinfoil hat event, but it's just very interesting that we're going to mining when staking is being rolled out for the institutions. But it is what it is. Maybe it's just all a coincidence. All a coincidence. We'll see. So last thing that I had for today is the UAE Emirates to launch NFTs and experiences in the metaverse. So, NFTs are going to be all tickets in the future. When you go to a sports game, when you go to a concert, when you fly on an airplane, when you go to the movies, everything, it's all going to be NFTs and tokenized, so you can have record of it on your digital footprint or your digital profile that we're going to have in the future. You'll be able to show off all your NFTs, all your stuff in one place. And that's kind of where we're going. We're going decentralized, but kind of we need one-stop decentralized shops. And, they're just seeing this right here, that Emirates, one of the biggest, airlines in the world, that they are launching their NFT experience soon for its workers and clientele. And everybody is doing this. We're going to see a massive shift in the next couple of years towards how sports fans watch their teams, how, artists fans, how you buy tickets to go to a concert. If you hold a certain amount of that artist coins, you'll have special access, special privileges. That's where this stuff is going. And I'm excited to be here at the heart of it. We crushed the AI coins. I had Fetch, Singularity Net, bags of both of them pre-pump. It was able to 12x and take money out of that. And now we have a moon bag. What do you call a bag you left over from the last bull run Well, you left whatever 10% of it, and then that does a 15x, and you leave 20%. I guess that's a moon bag. I don't know, but interesting. So, with the NFTs stuff like, Chili's, really, I think I'm a big believer in that coin. I think they're gonna do a lot, and this stuff's gonna happen fast too. Casper, another company that you've maybe heard about, they're building a plug and play for enterprises to help with the whole transition to ESG and the ISO standards. There's so much going on now on Arbitrum, on Optimism, liquid staking. So the narratives are out there, and this whole bull run, I believe, not whole, but the narrative of this bull run is going to be Asia and China, I think. I think it's going to really lead the way. It's happening right now with the altcoins that are pumping. How in the last month, just look at them. I mean, they're all Asian coins, Stacks, CoinFlex, and then the AI narrative, Aptos. So really interesting. I'm excited to be here. I think this could be another short squeeze in the next week or so. All the bulls got wrecked, thought we were going to 40K, and we didn't. So they're all wrecked, and now everyone's saying, oh yeah, we're going down to 15K, we're going to 15K. I think the opposite is going to happen, just trending back and forth between like 22 to 25K. That's max pain. It annihilates both sides, just chopping back and forth. But that's why HEX, it's our time to shine. I think it was Crypto7. I had a stream the other day about why Ivan on Tech is going to make Hexicans millionaires. And that was a really good stream, really well thought out. And I completely agree with them. HEX is being forced into influencers' hands. There's nothing else that's going to compete with Pulsechain. I don't know, besides a couple airdrops with, Sui. I mean, look at Aptos. That was a big airdrop, but is that going to even compare to Pulsechain? I don't think so. So I'm trying to see what else could take the hype away from Pulsechain. What else could take that shine? And I don't know what else is there. I think Pulsechain is number one. Sui, Arbitrum, and airdrop potentially. A couple games launching this year. I mean, there's really nothing that's like new, exciting, that has the hype behind it, that has the economic mass behind it. I'm just super excited. I really think that HEX has bottomed, for sure. And I don't think we'll ever see that on sub 2 cents ever again. I think we're going to stick above 5 cents. My gut tells me, we're pushing back towards 7 cents. I mean, I don't know what's going to stop us now. I mean, Ivan with his Morales thing, it's going to let all the degens, what's up, Molly? Or Molly Ben, I'm not sure which one, or both of you, what's good? I'll give you guys a shout. We got to catch up. But yeah, HEX, I mean, I don't know what's going to stop it, right? We got all the momentum. Ivan's Morales degen tool thing, every time he pulls it up, HEX is on there. He's like advertising HEX every day without realizing it. And that is going to be huge. He's going to, grow in followers. Even Sheldon Sniper, I saw one of his streams, and for the first time ever, he talked about HEX, and he was like, you could tell he was hesitant to do it. He was kind of like, should I? And he did, talked about HEX. It was like, don't, I'm not telling you to buy this. I'm still doing my research, rah, 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 rah. And, it's being talked about, and there's no denying it. There's no getting around it anymore. Richard's words are now becoming kind of like, I don't know how to say it, like not low. His words are becoming like the standards for crypto now. Not your keys, not your crypto. Gary Gensler said that came from Richard. So they're definitely listening. And now that he's changed up his marketing, this is awesome to see. He went from his outrage marketing, where he could now, everybody heard him, saw him, everyone knows who he is. Wow. So it's been a while. And now he's putting up stuff with of his childhood, with cats, with, all the stuff that is going to, anyone that's ignored him so far, this stuff, I don't know how you miss this stuff. When he's posting pictures of him as a kid, this is awesome. I mean, he's switching it up like crazy, and I love it. If he's doing this himself, shout out to you, Richard. You are a flipping genius. And there it is. You got to scroll down for the cat picture. Meet Kishka. It for a cat, for a girl cat. So, yeah, love Richard, man. Love what he's doing. What's up, HOA? Top of the hay. I appreciate it. Bit Finesse with the top hat. Hexpedition. What's up, my man? Appreciate it. Erwin. What up? What up? You on the road to Portugal? Going and doing some scouting out there. But yeah, guys, this is exciting. I mean, Richard's now changed it up. I have friends of mine that sacrificed for PulseX, and they have been messaging me for the last 8-10 months. Man, this is a scam. I swear it's a scam. And just sending me tweets of him, and they actually get so mad. And they don't, because they aren't invested in HEX. They got into PulseX because I told them to, and nothing's happening. They see Richard, and it's that to me is validation. It's working. If my friends that are degens that are gambling and doing this stuff that money just comes and goes like crazy very easily, and you have a problem with a couple grand that you put into PulseX, not because you put the money in, because of what Richard's doing. And it was good to see his name got out there. People know who he is now, and now he's hitting you with the, look at me. How can you not love that picture? And I think, I don't know if he's at 300K yet. Oh, there he is. He did it. He got to the 300,000. Awesome. So he's there. Big milestone for Richard. And yeah, with just looking at HEX, I don't know what's going to stop us now. I don't know what's on. I want to go to that site. We have momentum now. If there's any news about Pulsechain launching, every testnet update, Richard's tweets now are making green candles. So we're in an awesome spot. Any announcement, I think we're going to double. If we get a date and it sits at 7 cents, 15 cents in the next day or two, we saw what happened for the sacrifices. This is going to be that on steroids, in my opinion. So I'm super excited for it. I'm starting to pull out of all the AI stuff, Singularity Net. I left that little moon bag, but I don't see, this is just chopping. That the AI is a narrative, and we're, not doing much the last 3 weeks. But look at HEX. I mean, that's up and to the right. Consistent. Stakers are growing consistently. All the metrics are there for slow, consistent, steady growth in the bear market. And that is going to, in the bull market, amplify itself so much, so many times over. I've seen $50, $60 turn into thousands. And I've myself sold a couple bags of Sandbox into Decentraland when I was messing around, when I first found the metaverse early in 2020. And I went and I looked at Decentraland and Sandbox, and I looked at the software, and I sold the coins immediately because I said, there's no way in hell anybody's going to play this. This is worse than Nintendo, like the original Nintendo. So I sold them. I don't know what I bought, but that $60, $70 or whatever it was under 100. And it was worth almost $6,000 when I went and looked at it at the peak of the bull run. So you never know. And that's why now I don't sell bags anymore. If I have a little position, I'm holding it to zero or until it does something. I'm never making that mistake again. It's something I see so many people do. They get impatient or whatever the reason is, but that's the time to double down. With Fetch AI, they had it on Gemini. or they still have it on Gemini. And that was the exchange I used. And randomly, I was looking through MetaMask and my ledger on there, and my bag had dipped to under $100 like 4 months ago, maybe in November of last year. So I added $80 to it and almost doubled my bag. So I had $160 and I pulled out $1,500 in profit, and I still have $400 left in there for a moon bag. And that now is, I actually bought Texan with it. Shout out Rags. But that's money that I wouldn't have had that I can now take and filter back into HEX, into other better performing coins. HEX, Texan, Poor Pleb. There's a lot of stuff that's happening right now. And the bull market is near, and it's going to happen quick. And if you can afford to, right now is the time to deploy capital. Even if we dip a little bit, DCA down. If you have $500, put in, $100 every 2 weeks over the next 3-4 months, spread it out over time. And that seems to be the best strategy for people that I work with personally. You put too much in, you're emotionally invested into it, and things can go bad. You start making irrational decisions. But when a little bit here, a little bit there, you can sleep at night. That's the way to go. You don't want to be over leveraged. You don't want to be chasing pumps. You want to be buying coins that are down. So many people, what they do is they'll go and say, okay, on the week, let's see what's up for the week. All right, Synthetics is up, IMX, Maker. I'm doing the polar opposite. I'm saying, all right, what's down on the week? What's a good narrative right now? So, liquid staking, ETH 2.0, the Shanghai update. That is so much. There's so much FUD around that right now. Oh, everyone's going to sell their ETH. Everyone's going to sell their ETH. Everyone's selling it. The second Shanghai is announced, everybody's selling their ETH. Everyone is. And I don't believe that's true. I don't think that many people are going to sell at a loss. I think more of the Mt. Gox people with their Bitcoin are going to be inclined to sell at a 20x profit or what, 100x profit, whatever it is. I think they bought in at $200, $250, something like that was the average at that time. So that's 100x profit. I don't think people that are down 50% on ETH are going to just dump. I think they're going to be more inclined to put that money into rocket pools, into Lido, into Anchor, into Frax shares, and then earn your yield and then earn your reward coin and go stake that. So you can actually earn 10, 12, 15%, I believe, on some of these L2s. So a lot of that ETH is going to go there. I don't think it's just going to get dumped. If you could afford 32 Ethereum, it was at least $6-7 grand back then. So and you knew it was going to be a little while. So I don't think there's going to be that much just panic to dump all this ETH when it comes out. I think we might see a dip, but it'll get bought right back up. I think, there's too many opportunities out there right now with the liquid staking, with the L2s. And I just don't like rocket pools. I think this is a great coin, just for this for the narrative right now, for trading this next bull run for the next, 6, 8, 10 months. AI, I think it had its little run there. Yeah, we could see a pick up again, but ETH, the Shanghai, and all those ETH coming off of exchanges, they're going to go somewhere. And they're going to go where the best yield is. And like I said, I think it's going to be Rocket Pool, Anchor, Lido, Frax shares. And then I think a lot too is going to flow into Optimism and Arbitrum. I mean, they're so fast. I was using the Arbitrum and Optimism on here, and it is so cheap. When you come down through here on Arbitrum, I mean, it literally is seconds. I think the fee is so cheap. It's 0.1 Gwei. I mean, I don't have much left on here. I only moved over a couple $100, but this Grail, this Camelot token, I'm super bullish on right here. It's the native DEX, or one of the native DEXs over there, and there's only like 8,000 coins total or something like that. It's expensive. It's $2,000, but look, there's only 73,000 coins total right now, and the circulating supply is 10,800. So this thing is super, super low cap. These are the degen plays that I like to make. When my HEX is, I'm 99% staked, I get bored. Let's be honest. So I'm constantly looking around for degen plays, stuff to just keep me busy. And it's really funny. because the other day I was looking at my Atomic wallet and I crossed over 4,000 VThor that I earned in interest for holding VChain on there. And I cared more about that 4,000 VThor, which was like $6 literally, than the other bags I have that are thousands of dollars. So it's not necessarily all the monetary value in crypto. When setting goals and stuff, it doesn't have to be the size of a bag. I just crossed over 10,000 Casper. I staked 7,800 when I started. Now I'm over 10,000. So like little goals like that, like when I see stuff like that, it just keeps me focused. It keeps me out of like the toxic stuff on Twitter Spaces, and it just keeps you positive. It keeps you like optimistic. You don't get negative, and there's just so many bad things happening that you got to stay positive, and you got to stay with the glass half full. And that's what we try to do here. That's why we're degenerating into stuff like this, like Camelot on Arbitrum. I added to my Texan bag the other day, or two nights ago, and thinking about what I'm going to do with this Hedron. Gas is starting to get to the point where it's like, all right, you used to be able, you had 5 million Hedron in one of your stakes, you could, claim it for $1 and it was worth 10 times that. But now when it's $3-4 to claim in Hedron, it just, man, ETH is not sustainable, especially in 6 months, 12 months from now, when that's 2, 3, 4x the price. It's just, it sucks. And it's one thing that is never, in my opinion, going to change with Ethereum. And hopefully Pulse is here sooner than later, because people that want to do $50 stakes, $100 stakes, you can't do it because of gas. And that's not sustainable. And all the more bullish on Pulsechain, all the more bullish on this guy right here. Look at that Nintendo shirt. That is hilarious. Oh my God, that's so funny. Stuff like this is gonna work. Honestly, this is what he needed to do. I think this is the last step towards his marketing campaign to Pulsechain. I think makes perfect sense. You were the bad guy, you were the enemy, flexing, look at me, and now you do the complete 360, and you're little Richard playing with your cat. The little kid that grew up, wherever in the hood in Florida. In 1977 Pontiac Bonneville. Was funny that the floor actually had a rusted giant hole in it, so you could actually help brake if you wanted to. We called her Bonnie. That's so funny, But shout out Richard, man. Shout out all the Hexicans making noise on Twitter. The loudest community on here, constantly trending all the time. PulseX, Richard Hart was right. Awesome to see. So follow us, Vibra Finance, if you're not on Twitter already. We'll be posting hopefully some alpha on there. Degen plays like Camelot on here. What else? Hot Protocol was one I was looking at on Optimism. Just stuff like these dexes. That's what I'm looking at. Is these smaller dexes on these L2s. I think, and the liquid staking protocols too. I still think that is a narrative or a niche of the market that if you want to, I think it's a safer degen play. Like on the scale of degen plays, on a 1 being not risky, 10 being risky, I would say like Rocket Pools, Lido, Anchor, I would give them like a 2 or 3. Whereas like stuff like Camelot and Hop here, you're big time in the degen category getting over here. But this is what I like to do. Be out in front of this stuff before it blows up. Shout out Crypto Mason, with Velo. I posted about this in mid-February. Nobody had talked about Velo at all. It was one that had my eye on, was watching a podcast with the Stellar Turrets Foundation and heard about Velo and one other company on there, and did some research, found out they had a coin and bought into it, and it literally 6x'd overnight. in the middle of February. And then now I know Mason said he was definitely on it or buying it. I know he had, but yeah, like that's also like validation too, was coins like that I found, I identified, I talked about in the Discord, put it out to everybody there. And then when someone like him comes out a couple days later and talks about it, it's like, all right, we're both looking at the same stuff. Was this? Yeah, this is it right here. February 28th, huge warning, the Bello right here. I bought a new altcoin gem February 28th. And I'm pretty sure, when was it? I put it out way earlier than that. Yeah, here we go, February 23rd. Who else caught this lobster pump? So, we're crushing out here. Weeks ahead, so now I'm in the hop, Camelot, Magic too, another one I would definitely keep an eye out on. These coins they just dipped hard. This was almost at $2. Yeah, it was. A couple weeks ago at 225. So down almost 50%. So guys, this could be an opportunity here, or we could roll over and dive back down. But you got to kind of play it day by day. If you're trading the degen coins, you got to watch Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can't hold above like 22.5 here, if we drop down below 22 right here, 21.6, that's it. And I don't see us, honestly, I don't see us lasting more than a couple weeks, but I could be wrong. Charting ain't my thing. I just kind of play day by day, trends, narratives, checking exchanges, what's trading over in Asia. Or going to CoinGecko and looking at Upbit, looking at, KuCoin, checking out some of these and see what coins are trading. And you'll see that the coins that are pumping are the coins that are the highest traded. It's not a coincidence. If you go to the day here, so Decentraland, GMX, GMX2, the native DEX over there. I love that, but definitely, I personally feel like I'm too late. I don't want to be buying this coin pretty much at the top. 3-4 months ago it was at $50, but you can't win it. You can't get everything in crypto, right? You got to just find a couple projects that you like, do your research, and when you're confident, pull the trigger, put a plan together, and go from there. Trying to just catch this, catch that, spread yourself out over 100 bags, you'll go crazy. And it doesn't. There's a fine line between being diversified and too spread out too thin. But that's all I got for today. Anyone needs help, anyone has questions, I'm always around. We do crypto consulting here, so I'm constantly talking crypto, whether to friends, clients, or to screens like this. It's almost 24/7, and love doing it. I'm not going to stop. This stuff it's a passion now, and just being here early and being on the ground floor and seeing the vision for all these different projects starting 2, 3 years, 4 years ago, and to how far they've came, and so now where they want to go. It's just super exciting, and it's good to be a part of something new, something that is revolutionary, and something that is definitely going to change a lot of people's lives. So appreciate all the support. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, 9:30. Roll not following crypto to learn. Heck yeah, exactly. Making money. That's what we're for. Making money, making smart decisions, making better choices, just all across the board. And that HEX I feel like has helped so much with that. It's really changed the way delaying gratification. It really is a thing, sacrificing now for the future, and it works. So we're here to make money. Hopefully some of these degen plays, they end up pumping like crazy. Velo, like I said, took profits on that. We're sitting at like a 3.5x from when we posted about it and talked about it in the Discord. So there's so many coins and so many different ecosystems. Actually, I posted the other day, shout out Tin Top, posted a huge thread in here about all the pretty much different coins that we talk about. So if you didn't see this tweet, come check it out. I mean, it's literally every coin that, not every, but most coins, Arbitrum, Optimism, HBAR, XRPL, Zilliqa, all of it is there. And then all of the official Twitters and the tags of all the coins. So they're all there. Richard Hart, Gaming, Quant, we talked about that. Galileo protocol. It's going to be very interesting. The whole QRC20s trading on LCX, that's a whole nother stream for a whole nother day. But, you'll be able to literally buy an NFT for a Ferrari or for, a high-end Rolex. All of it's going to be done. NFT sales, like I was saying earlier with the NFTs with Emirates Airlines, this is all coming. NFTs with Quant, with QRC20s. So I got lost here. But yeah, it's all coming. Tokenization. But all right, guys, that's all I got. Have a good one. We will see you in the morning. Appreciate all the support. Dit Finesse, Hexpedition, Irwin, HOA, Lucid Dreams, Ben Molly. Have I ever heard of Ronnie McNutt? Yes. Well, it's my brother. Of course I have. Ronnie is my brother. We'll be nutting daily. Tin Top, my man. All right, guys. We will see you tomorrow morning.
At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.